Da na 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 na. Da na 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 na. Yeah, you all know it was Warner Brothers immediately. You probably don't know this title sequence though. Oh, damn. OFL, or Nippon Television Network Corporation. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the audio commentary for Summer Wars from, hang on, I got the wiki page open, 2007? 2009. Madhouse. Yes, indeed. This is Mamoru Hosoda's second Madhouse film out of two. He did The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, which I very much enjoyed, and then he also did Summer Wars, which I thoroughly enjoyed much better. I love this movie. And I don't know if it'll change your viewing experience whatsoever, but I am watching this with the Japanese subs and Japanese audio. Most of the time, I will watch subbed. Insert memes here for whichever side of that you're on. But yeah, unless it's like something from my childhood that I know better in English, like Full Metal Alchemist, I'll probably watch that in English dub simply because that's the one I was first introduced to when watching Full Metal Alchemist. Look, it's the World of Oz! Yes, indeed. So, immediately, one of the cool things about this film is the creativity. Obviously. Okay, now pay attention. Look at that. Pay attention. Put a pin in that. We are a minute. We're not 2 minutes. We are not 2 minutes into this film, and they're setting stuff up. So put a pin in that. I would like to say that no one else has pointed out what I will point out in approximately an hour and 40 minutes. But I don't watch like other people's reviews of. I watch like Hollywood film reviews. I don't usually watch like anime film reviews. So I don't know. I'm sure people have pointed it out before, but I like to feel better about myself and think, oh, this is an observation that only I've made. But we'll get back to that in an hour and a half. Don't worry. I will point it out. Oh, that looked like Yakuza. Oh, no, not Yakuza. Persona 3 in the mall. There's a store in there. What is necessary is communication. I actually love this. I don't know how this played in other countries, but that'd be pretty cool if, like, because there's a lot of text boxes and you could just adjust that to fit with the viewing audience of that country. I'll do it. I'll cheer for you. That's not at all representative. That would be in English. That would be like, get good, scrub. You suck at tennis. You can set up your own office. Many administrative agencies. Okay, so they're setting up the World of Oz, but it's not just to explain what it is. It will come into the forefront as we see. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Put a pin in this too. I hate the whales. Hate's a strong word. I very much dislike the whales. Because they're setting up a whole bunch of stuff for this film. We're 3.5 minutes in, and they've set up a whole bunch of stuff for the film. And the whales, well, I don't want to spoil anything. It's a commentary. You've seen this before. I don't like the whales. They don't set up anything, which we will discover later on. Look, they're setting up this too. The Arawashi satellite. I'm going to point it out when we get to the overture of the Summer Wars. But there's a very, I don't want to say significant, but there's a distinction between this and another film, and in that it's a satellite and not a missile. You might know what I'm talking about just by me saying that, but you Mamoru Hosoda fans probably understand. Yeah, girls theme. Okay, so what I love about this film is it reminds me a lot of Code Lyoko in that there's the real world and then the virtual world, but it's not just a seamless transition between the two. There's a very distinct art style and tonal shift between the two. So I love how when they're in Oz, there's a very different art style compared to the real life. I very much love that. It's not nearly as dramatic as in Code Lyoko, though. Kappa Mikey on Nicktoons, it did that very well as well. There was an American character who was like traditionally American cartoon, and then all the other characters, he moved to Japan, and all the other characters were Asian, so they were all in the anime style, and they played around with that to hilarious effect at many times. I can't remember the show being any good, but I remember enjoying the art style very much. Two might be too many. One applicant. I want to know how he won. How did he win that? How did Kenji win that? Like, obviously they fought for it to go to her Ueda home. Exhibition game by King Kazuma. Look, they're setting up King Kazuma 2! It's efficient story. It's economic storytelling. Oh, I had to get a new print. I have this on Blu-ray, but I had to get a new print to watch this on PC so that I could sync it up, and so you guys knew on YouTube where to watch or how to sync it up. And this is a new print. I haven't seen it before like this. It's got like the English text and stuff. Or it's got the Japanese text. The print I'm familiar with, it had just it had the English text. It didn't have the Japanese characters. See, so once again, they're setting up how ingrained Oz is with the society that they live in. That's new. This is interesting. I like this new print. All of the text is like implemented so much better than the previous one I'm used to. Okay, so if you didn't notice, the screenplay, it's not a screenplay. The original story was by Mamoru Hosoda himself. If you don't know where he got his start in animation, he originally worked at Toei Animation and did the first two Digimon films, which for you Americans out there like me, you would recognize those as the first two parts of Digimon the movie, which they took the first three Digimon films, and because they were like 30 minutes, they just smashed them together because American children ain't going to go to a movie theater and sit and watch 30-minute movies. They want to watch a feature-length film. And so we got not Amanda Please, but we had the dumb, remember the 2D thing with the weird girl and We're the Kids in America? Remember all that mess? It was like, that was, I think, the early 2000s. And Kenji is a math genius, by the way. That will also come into play. Put a pin in that. But yeah, Digimon the movie came out at a very weird time in like the early 2000s where they were still having to deal with like the backwash from the 90s. It was a very weird time. I wish we had a time capsule. Well, we do. Go watch Digimon the movie. She's got a large family. I think when they were talking about making this film, Hosoda wanted like 80 members of the family. We didn't get 80, but we got a whole bunch of people. But this film's plot, if you don't know anything about if you know about Digimon the movie, specifically, or War Game, the second one, it will be very similar to this film. And I always have found it not ironic, but a bit strange that Hosoda is credited as the original story quote for this. He's credited for the original story, but at the same time, it's like heavily lifted from Digimon the film or War Game, which is hilarious because Madhouse, it says specifically in the wiki article, after producing Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Madhouse was asked to produce something new. So Hosoda decided, I guess, to do something new with pretty much the same story he has told before. They upgraded it, and it's, I think, a lot better than our War Game. But well, I don't want to say better, but there's a lot more going on in this than our War Game. But yes. Wow, I didn't even realize I had a lot to say about this movie, but we're 10 minutes in, and I've got a lot to say. Call me Def Leppard, because we got something to say. No. All right. So Kenji is playing Natsuki. Well, that's a spoiler. Never mind. I'm not saying that yet. Yeah, it's the wrong woman. It's my mother's birthday. LOL, women are vain. Nah. Director Mamoru Hosoda. Okay, so we got more to say. Okay, so Hosoda is the director, and I don't know, when it comes to art styles, all of Hosoda's films follow the same art style. And it's not even generally, like all of them do. And I don't know if that's Hosoda's doing or if it's. I know the art director is Yoji. Oh, art direct. Okay, so art director Yoji. Okay, so that wouldn't. Art director Yoji Takashige, and then Yoshiyuki Sadamoto was the character designer. I don't know if any of them have any influence on the art style, or if that's their art style, or if they're just using Hosoda's art style. I don't know how that works, but I love Hosoda's art style. It's so like innocent, very it really like grips at your heartstrings, especially in stuff like Wolf Children, because it's very. I don't want to say simplistic, but it's very. I don't know. It's very innocent looking, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's an awkward silence, so I silenced up as well. Well, now I honestly can't remember why she's having Kenji masquerade as her fiance. It's been some while since I've sat down and watched this front to back. I'll sometimes put it on and I'll like skip to my favorite points of it just to watch it. It's been a while though since I've sat down from start to finish and watched it in one sitting. Oh look, Kenji's sweating. Put a pin in that. We're just gonna put pins in everything. This film is gonna be a pin cushion by the ending. I should put a list. I don't know. I need to bring stuff up later on. Why not? Yeah, the job description, you probably should have done that like before. Okay, yeah, here we go. Please explain it for me again. Oh, okay. She was doing it because she's a selfish and naive girl, as related to us by her grandmother, or is it great grandmother? I honestly don't know. We're gonna find out how crazy wild this family is. America. Study in America. Money, 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 money. Oh, I guess that's one of those instances where if you're watching the English dub, you're probably very confused by what I was doing. What the hell was he doing? Money, 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 money. I do like the soundtrack. Oh, I didn't realize that the family doctor is also a vet, I guess. Or maybe he's just like, oh, look, dog, your teeth. Maybe he just has like a flair for the helping animals out. Apes and dogs. Look, more family members. Woo! Great transition. There's another family member as a professional baseball player. I don't know if they're professional or college. More family. The protective uncle? You don't have to put a pin in Ryohei going to the semifinals because that'll come. Oh! Look at how fresh that is. If Chef Ramsay were in there, he'd be like, "Oh, it's fresh frozen." Ikabaka. It's all squid. You need to remember Monske, but I think that's about it. Everyone else's names are negligible. Unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately. It's a lot. If they expected you to remember everyone's names, that'd be one thing. But it's largely negligible, and you don't need to know. It's not like they start calling out people's names specific. Yeah, I guess they do, but it's you understand what's going on. It doesn't ever get like convoluted. It's also not 80 family members, which I think Hosoda was gunning for when he was originally planning this film. He comes from an old family. I hate those people who come from young families who only started like 2 generations ago. They just sprung out of the earth. Now women have to be in relationships with men. Say what? Yeah, that would be me. I'd just be blushing. Get me out of here. GTFO. Second cousins are so close. Even the baby's like tired of his shenanigans. Yes, the matriarch. There is one family member that we have not met yet, but we will get to that. Jinochi. Oh, that was the first half of her statement was very much Magikoi. We need good men for the family, and then if it was Magikoi, which would have been like for us to protect all the men in Magikoi are not manly. It's the women in that series who are manly. Well, they're not manly. They're the brutes, but still elegant. Now that's an old family. Woo! Now I think Hosoda wanted to set this in Ueda specifically because, yeah, it was once governed. I have the wiki page over here. Once governed by the Sanada clan, which is the family, the real life family that this family was based on. Because his then fiance's home was in Ueda. Good to know. I would like these to be somewhat intuitive, not intuitive, informational, not informational. What's the word? Informative. Oh, they didn't mention she was the most popular girl in school. I can't do that. Did he? Did he do that? Like, honestly, that would be like a home that I would love to get lost in. If I'm being honest. Ooh. Oh, that's not even the family member I was referring to. Nerd! Look how perceptive he is. Or maybe he's got like a webcam. Not perceptive anymore. Naked children. Naked teenagers. Look at the steam. That's why Japan is I think the leading country in bathroom drownings. Specifically because of their traditional method of ah. I would like to know why they had those things on their heads. Family intrigue. Should I just say it? Put a pin in that. We're just putting a pin in everything. I told you. See, I honestly, that thing I just told you to put a pin in, I didn't even realize it until this sitting right here. I was like, oh. I think it's definitely good to put like little hints into the film that you can watch again and be like, oh yeah, that go like setups and payoffs. But I do think there is something to be said for subtly keeping it in the viewer's mind, because that's something that will come up later. But if you don't know it's there, you might just forget it. And considering the nature of the thing, Natsuki likes the estranged member of the family, probably because he went to America. That's why she set up Kenji's backstory. She likes America. America. You want to come to America? Ooh. Dude, America is like the antagonist so far. Disney Resort. You've got one of those in Japan. What is Kenji working on? I'm gonna just stop telling you to put pins in things. Quickly. I've honestly tried to look into how to play Hanafuda, and I don't understand. To see Kenji also... Oh, that he's reading the rule book, I guess. No wonder he can't understand it. He's gotta, like, squint just to read it on that small thing of paper. This is the mosquito netting. It can't be that humid for there to be mosquitoes running around if he's wearing, like, long-sleeve pajamas. Ooh, plot. Solve me. Solve me, Josh. Won't you solve me? See, I'm no mathematician. I'm an English major. So I can only assume, like, if you are, like, a math buff, if, like, you just see numbers and you're like, gotta solve it. And, like, put him in, like, superhero mode. I guess I'm like that with, like, certain films and stuff. I could go off on tangents for forever. Like, if you bring up Les Miserables, I'll be like, oh, yes! Tell me more about the Battle of Waterloo, Hugo. The magic words are squeamish. Bye! Remember, he's the math champion. He came in second place. I'm not sure if phones work like that. But this is a fictional world. The world is a fictional place. I should have got some coffee. Oh, man. I can get up and get coffee. You guys are sitting and watching this, too. You don't need me here to guide you. The child is laying on the futons. That'd be me. Oh, no. Now, I do love the time period that this is set in. Obviously, in 2009, smartphones were around. Right? But even if they weren't like widespread, I would still love to set this in like early to mid 2000s or late 2000s because all smartphones are the same. Oh, the culprit is a minor and a student. All smartphones are the same thing basically, but back in this time there were like the classic like Nokia phones, the Razors, and they all were so vastly different so that all the different members of the family can have different phone styles that like match their personalities, which I think is cool. That's sardines. Sounds nice, lol. IDK my BFF Jill. See, this is not outlandish because they've already set up how intricate and how tied into the society that Oz is. Handle the Vandal. Does that rhyme work in Japanese? Wow. Ugh. Okay, it's difficult in films for me to buy that children are just like outright stupid, but I can buy that children are just brats. It's a lot more easier to believe. You know those films that like a kid does something incredibly stupid just to drive the plot? Computer room. You should have been watching the TV. Oh yeah, look, he has it on. No. Oh, he's a good kid. Look, he pushed it and like it automatically switched profiles for him. Like just the motion. It's like very much like a surrealist technology, but at the same time grounded in like the physical technology of the day. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, I don't know if I think well, one, it's a monopoly, obviously, because there's no other companies that people can go to apparently, because everything is Oz. But definitely, probably don't put everything on one single network. That if it goes down, everything goes down. We will see more examples of that as the film goes on. This is as much as this is a family drama and an action film, it's very much a cautionary tale about technology. I hate that fan. I hate 3D rendered artwork and hand drawn 2D animation. It drives me up the wall, and I can't stand it. They do it in frickin' Family Guy, and it's the dumbest thing. It was me. I thought it was some math problem. I had to solve it. Why wouldn't I? I'm a math man. This is me, but I look so dumb. Oh look, there's a Pac-Man ghost, it looks like. Oh, my MP3s! I would like to know how they got, like, if they had... Okay, so the character designer Yoshiyuki Sadamoto, I just realized he probably had a lot of work ahead of him, because he, I'm assuming, created all of these characters, if he's the character designer. Maybe they went to, like, hospitals and, like, had, like, sick kids, like, draw art, and then they rendered them. Hosoda worked at Ghibli for a time. Maybe like Totoro's floating around somewhere. Oh boy. Hosoda was supposed to direct Howl's Moving Castle, but he had creative differences with Miyazaki. Fun fact. That is also my favorite Ghibli movie, and we will be watching that at some point. I guarantee it. It's a battle coliseum. Well, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the Summer Wars? Because we start now. I also love that the evil avatar has like Disney ears, like Mickey Mouse ears. Oh, it's Adele. Ew. It's also a very powerful laptop. Oh, guess who? Aw, shit. King Kazma? It's my Pokemon from Pokemon Sword? Aw, shit, son. Kita! Captain Kita! Okay, I don't know if I would consider it a plot contrivance that the baddest mofo in Oz is also a member of the same family that Kenji just happens to be visiting at the time. They kind of explain it somewhat later on. It's not enough. I can criticize a movie without, like, I can love a movie and point out things about it. Pieces of Earth. I wonder if that's a vague hint towards the end of the film. Okay. Oh, I forgot about that scene. Yeah, those kids are stupid. Never mind. I was like, oh, I can buy that they're just brats, but this is the shit right here that I can't buy. That, oh, the plot moves along simply because kids are stupid. That is a trope that I'm not fond of. Like, all of this would have been avoided. Film over. Had those kids not been stupid. I mean, I guess they are twerps, but... Oh, it's like The Boy and the Beast. Another Hosoda film that I have not actually seen. We'll have to watch. We'll do a first-time viewing. Oh. That was like Goku versus Jackie Chung. Yeah, beat those kids up, please. Kids suck. Kids are little a-holes. Actually, I got a little cursey in my Spider-Man 3 commentary, and I've got my podcast on Spotify. I don't know what the rules are on foul language. I probably should not be cursing as much as I was doing. Yeah, I'm an angry squirrel. I'm coming for your nuts next. Whee! Yes, some AI. You would think that an AI... Well, I'm guessing it's an AI... You don't know that yet. I'm sorry for spoiling it for you. You would think an AI would be able to figure that out. He was being tricked, but I'm assuming he's being constrained by the systems of Oz. Maybe? Because otherwise you just have AIs like running the joint. Pass. He said pass. Why would you translate that in the subtitles as I'll pass? He just said pass. Oh, see, he's got a smartphone because he's the smart man. He's been to America. He was America Ninja Warrior. Okay, so I spoiled it like a second ahead. Escape from a robotics school in Pittsburgh. Fuck you, Pittsburgh. You're... Come on, you yinzers. It would have been hilarious if they had said it had come out of New England. Freaking Patriots try to break into everyone's computers. Uh-oh. It looks familiar. Uh-oh. He's been lying to you this whole time. Wait, where did she get that information? Does she just have the Tokyo, like, roster? The Tokyo U roster? The Tokyo roster of everyone in Tokyo. King of the Wimps. Look at that person just spouting out URLs. I don't like games, I just like competing. In games. How can you tell? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs! It wasn't me. Do I look like I've got a black bar in front of my eyes? I have actually sat down and I've streamed some Japanese baseball games. It is actually it is a blast. I would recommend it. It's very much fun. Like, even just the broadcast is great to watch. Although there was one point where there was English commentary or English sportscasting, which was weird. Dude, they've mentioned America more than they've mentioned Japan. My uncle and I. Oh, scandalous. String them up from the rafters. Yeah, boy. We delinquents now, son. Yeah, read him his Miranda rights that don't exist in Japan. I wonder if there is here. While we're at it, here. Miranda rights equivalent in Japan. My father works away from home. When a suspect is arrested, he is informed of two rights analogous to Miranda rights. The first is the right to remain silent. Second is the right to an attorney at trial. Wow, okay. That's pretty cool. The suspect does not have the right to see an attorney before trial or have one present during interrogation sessions. That one I have an issue with, but come on, Japan. Bye. Wow, this movie's almost over. It's 37 minutes in. I told you! This is based on 30-minute Digimon films. We can't have feature length of those. Look, his windshield wiper is, like, incorrect. I don't know if that's incorrect in Japan. He doesn't have all of his faculties with him at all times. As evidenced by his windshield wiper. See? Thought can go into things that I'm reading into, I'm sure. Oh, he's got the keys to the kingdom out there. Oh, there's Arbok and Bulbasaur. What? Rewind this. Or don't rewind it, because you'll have to sync it up again. Never mind. No hitter, boy. Are? I love her. I don't know her name at all, but I love her, the fangirl. Oh, Yumi. Yumi-chan. She's adorable. The kids are like, fuck this. We don't want baseball. Look, he is a delinquent. He's all up on things. This ain't no cop car. There's also a lot of scenes like this that we're right now watching in this film that are we've already had one, but it's very like lengthy. I guess that would make sense because it had something to do with the actual scene because they're waiting on the red light and it's just not changing. So explain that. But there are a couple of scenes like that. And I would like to go through and there's a couple actually in Girl Who Leapt Through Time. So I wonder if that's a Hosoda, if that's one of his things, which I'd be very interested to find out because I am a fan of auteur theory. That being each film, or I guess any piece of media that an artist produces has a thread somewhere in it of like their own style. So far as I understand auteur theory. Lot of pressure. Yeah, about this being a cautionary tale. The no-hitter continues. I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh, they were just being assholes. They weren't in any danger. They were just, does this still work? Everything else is off. Does my button still work? Here, Japanese equivalent to life alert. Super cute Japanese medical alert bracelet. Butler and Grace. Oh my goodness. No, that's like a text thing. That's not life alert. Yeah, no crap, it's in danger or in chaos. They put everything involved with one system that went down. This is like Shin Godzilla. Oh, the no-hitter's over? Yeah, the no-hitter's over. I also really like how Ryohei is not at all with the family, and yet he's very much analogous. A lot of his stuff is symbolic to what's going on with the rest of the family, even though he's not there. You'll see more evidence of that. It's happening now, but it'll happen throughout the film, which is neat. He's on the radio. Who are the Patriots? And Lalelulelo. Why are you back? I have to. I just... Explain. A ladder performance? What's that? Those buns were like 2/3 freedom. Red and white. I see Hosoda is a fan of the 60s, 70s, and or 80s. I don't know what time Love Machine came out. Yeah, probably don't do that in real life. It's okay because it's a film, but... No, nah, son, that won't happen. That only happens in our war game. Hosoda's already done that. That's the Jinochi matriarch that I know. Back in the 1500s, when the shogunate sent his army down here, the Jinochis freaking got ready for war. Yeah! I like how her first advice is cheer up. That's like her demand. Don't lose heart. It's the Summer Wars, baby! What do you mean, war? See, look, everyone's phone is their personality. She's old, so she uses the rotary phone. Look how it has a wire attached to it, kids. What's that? Look at her, she's a boss. NPO. Is that Itomi or Litomi? Communication! I heard that! I got you, Granny. Her name is Sakai, by the way, because this song on the soundtrack is called Sakai in Action. That's the only reason I know her name. Look, she's calling in all the favors! I don't know if that's, like... Oh, you know what? These are probably just collages. I thought she was, like, pulling out letters that she had kept specifically to, like, call in favors. Like, she was, like, spiteful of the fact. Or, like, she was collecting favors. This is something only you can do. Dude, she needs to give me a pep talk, Granny. Who needs, like, a self-help book? Just have, like, Sakai on the phone. Yeah, she is. She's managing the whole country. And she knows how to give people pep talks instead of just ordering around. Don't talk to me like a feeble old woman. Wait, where'd the Pac-Man ghost go? Look, Kamehameha. Well, he's like kneeling down. Son of a... Put a pin in it. Just put a pin in it. I'm sorry. Had I known, I would have gone and like gotten a pin cushion and pins and just... Oh, Triforce. A duck. But that's a pigeon. Oh, see, it's the crest on her... Oh, shit. Taki mushrooms. He knows what she's doing. See, you show, don't tell, baby. Okay, now I just realized... Put a pin in it, never mind. We'll get back to that later. Dude, he's been logged in for like 5 seconds and his buddy's already like hacking into crap. See, and I like how it's not at all practical that his character's moving on the screen to get closer to see, but it's very cute nonetheless. I was mentioning the new Venom trailer came out today, and I mentioned it on Twitter. I was like, it's kind of dumb that Eddie Brock has to say out loud to talk to Venom, but Venom can just talk in his mind hole. And Eddie, why doesn't Eddie just think his thoughts to communicate with Venom? But that would, as much as that makes sense in a logical sense, it also would look very stupid in a movie. So sometimes, you know, you've got film language, you've got creativity, you know, you can take some liberties with stuff making sense just so it looks, you know. His avatar did not need to move closer to the text to see it any closer while he was stationary, but it looked cool nonetheless. It was very in the scene, I guess. Yay! You go, Yuruhei. Were these fire department people there before? Oh, I was going to say, we never do see her mom. Or any of her... No, we see her dad. We might see her mom at the end. I'm not sure. We see her dad. He comes home from America. Yeah, you did. You were managing the whole country. Look at her, that smug smile. She knows. I love her. I love Sakai. Well, he helped. You know what? No, he didn't help. He solved that code. Never mind. You go, Kenji. Man, that would suck. You've got your credit card information, your health information, your diplomas, your OnlyFans. Yeah, like the song. You know what's up. Yeah, looks like a bad guy. He's got teeth. But other than that, he looks like John Cena, but orange. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Have you seen people? Oh. See, this panning shot comes again later as well. Like I said, it happens in, well, that panning shot doesn't, but some of the editing choices in this film mirror Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and both of those are the Madhouse films. I wonder if it's edited by the same person. Gasp! See, this is the plot contrivance stuff. The same family has the guy who created the AI enemy, but it also has the same person in the family who is also King Kazuma. It's a little bit contrived. It doesn't bother me to be like, oh, this movie sucks. But it is something I notice. Was one of their names Bill Belichick? See, that's why 2 million accounts are unusable, because he has consumed them. Why doesn't it just do like the United States does and do the Patriot Act and just steal information that way? He can even tap phones. Well, I guess he can tap phones. He knew what Sakai was up to because he had her phone tapped. Even though it was a rotary phone. That's my chair. I'm not renewing my lease, so I have no reason to purchase a new chair just to have it new for like a couple months. Dude, you're a nerd and you've got 3 firemen like coming at you. I mean, you're about to have something worse coming at you, but I didn't do this. I just created the AI. Now, what would you rather have? 3 buff-ass firemen coming at you? Or, Here, hang on. Wouldn't this be a PR nightmare, though? Here we go. Would you rather have 3 buff-ass firemen after you, or would you rather have Sakai with a frickin' polearm coming at you? Wabiske, you about to get fucked, boy. Oh, yeah! I love her so much. Yeah, got GTFO. Her heart is as cool as that steel. You think? Time to manage. Make some more phone calls, Granny. Oh, I thought she meant the mess that he made across the country. Well, I guess it's globally now, but... Don't you just want to hug her? Tell her it's okay? Oh. About to play some Go? It's a game he knows. She's like, you don't know how to play Hanafuda. Oh, no, they're just using the Go board. Dude, I'm gonna have so much to talk about in like the last half hour of this film. Because I want to talk about it now, but I can't. Has he been reading up on the instructions? I wish they had set that up, like when he was in bed, when the text came in. I wish they had him like looking through the instructions so we could learn it more. Because I'm assuming he's done that. Oh. I'm assuming he's been doing that off screen, reading up on the rules. These are times that try men's souls, Kenji. Well, not yet. We've still got an hour left. I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it! That was another one of those panning, or like the stagnant shots. I know a lot of Hanafuda has to do with the cards matching, so like that card had the same hill on it, but I still don't understand it. Wait until we watch Your Name and it's about like weaving. And I'll be like, I don't understand this at all. Like, isn't Japan supposed to be humid? It's like an island, so I would assume it is. When are you wearing long sleeves? It's Summer Wars. It's the middle of summer. Yeah, why are you wearing... Maybe the nights are... Oh, you know what? The nights are probably super cold because it is an island. It's probably hot during the day and then very cold at night. Because that's how coastal regions work. Because water heats up and cools down faster than land does. So all the hot air would dissipate over the ocean. Don't worry, animation is for kids. Oddly enough, that is not the scene in this film that gets me every time. Again, probably not a good idea to be putting everything on one system. It wasn't just the Oz trouble in general. The frickin' AI targeted her. He stole it? Oh, I think Shota is his dad. No. Never mind. Shota is his dad. No, Shota is the father of the cop. Oh, poor dog. That scene gets me, the dog. Not really, but put more dog whimpers and you'll get me. Ugh, Red Sox. Ugh. Here's another panning shot. This one's a lot more meaning. The last one was kind of just there. This one actually has like some meaning for it. Okay, yeah, that's his mom. We do see his dad at the end of the movie. I mentioned earlier, I was like, do we see his parents? I like the symmetry. They're right under the thunderhead. Yo, we're gonna be getting to that third act, and shit's about to go down. I wouldn't say this is the end of the second act just yet. We still got to get to the low point. Well, we're like, this is like the beginning of the low point. This is like the ending of Act 2. You know what? I'll say this is the end of Act 2. Yeah, there's a dour point in Act 3, but it's not as, that's clearly the low point of the film. Obviously, the matriarch died. The freedom buns. Oh. The love machine, bro. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm a second son. I'm worthless. This film's telling me things about myself I didn't even know. Is this only yesterday? You know, no, he's got a point. She got a polearm and nearly beheaded her son, so maybe she would have wanted war. Excuse me. I need to sit down with like some water when I do these. Monsuke's like, uh-huh. He's talking about war, I think, but... Yo, Sakai was like the exact opposite of that, but we're gonna have to come around to that. People are grieving. Mina. It's time for war. Hey, got a Kurosawa reference. Was Seven Samurai Kurosawa? Yeah, Kurosawa. Okay, just making sure. For those keeping track at home, there were other directors who were making samurai films at the time. Ueda Chisagata. It went away, so I might have said the second part of that wrong. You know what? Okay, this is like the ending of Act 2-1. And then there's going to be like an Act 2-2. Or an Act, yeah, Act 2-2. Act 2A and has ended, and now we're getting into Act 2B. I'll put it that way. It's not a traditional... It's an unorthodox film structure, if we want to really get pretentious. Well, I mean, she was vigorous. She just nearly beheaded her son. Toyota-thon. Uh-oh. If I died, when I die, make sure I have a pizza to take with me to the afterlife. I don't need no rice. I want to need some unrefined carbs to go with me into the afterlife. It's like Magikoi. You said you wanted an outlet? Dude, Monsuke is like ready to like war of attrition this bitch. He's ready for war, man. See? He was a sailor, so he's got a boat. And squid. I don't know how far Niigata is, but I'm assuming that's far-fetched. See, this is why I love animation, because in a live action film this would look super silly, but in an animated film it looks a lot. It looks. You got to know what art style. Well, you've got to know what medium to use. Some films work better as animations and should never be adapted to live action. Boss Matsumoto. Protect that grin. That's the same smile on that Ghibli woman who goes, "Oh, you're so stupid. I like that in a man." I say that just as she was talking about how all men are stupid. Yeah, they're not going to behave themselves. You know what? He's got a smartphone. I guess there's more smartphones in this film than I thought originally. I don't know what the crap those are, but they look good. I know. Is she a foreigner? Naomi is not a traditionally Japanese name. There's a lot of sweat in this latter half of this film. If you're not looking at the time, I'm spoiling a lot of the film. Shaolin martial arts. Next time he got bullied, he beat that kid up. He lit him up. I'm going to say right now, the kids don't do anything stupid for the rest of the film. Thank God. Because if, like, at the climax of the film, if they're, like, yanking out cords, I would have been pissed. It's one hell of a supercomputer. You might be able to play Crysis on that. Oh, mid-2000s. That's a joke for this period. Yo, we going back in time, boys. LOL. Okay, that 3D rendered fan needs to go somewhere. That's not in this movie, please. It gets on my nerves. They do that. They do that in Your Name. Makoto Shinkai does that as well, and it drives me nuts. I hate 3D rendering and 2D animations. Oh, it drives me nuts. Dude, it's good that he's the firstborn, because if he was the secondborn, then he'd be useless in the coming war. I guess the war's already been coming, but it's the next battle. Ducks! Wah wah. See, everyone's avatars has something to say about themselves as well. Look, I told you! I like it, it's symbolism. It's involving Ryohei, even though he's not even here. He's experiencing the same thing that the other Junuchi family members are. They knocked over my rice ball, bitch. I ain't watching nothing. I'm hungry. Yo. We about to throw down. Are you ready? You ready? I can't remember. There was something on his head. It wasn't a crown, was it? He had a hat on. There's something different about his head. You know what? I'll give the AI this to its credit. At least it's coming into a fair fight. He's not, like, making the computer system, like, throw firewall Trojan viruses in him. Oh, that feels so good right now, just hearing that. I wish I could do that with my neck. It's very tight. Yo, fuck you. This commentary track is now officially PG-13. I think that was a good place to use it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I've never noticed before. He has the heart on his crown because it's Love Machine. Oh yeah, there's the whales. Ugh. That's like cartoonish sound effects right there. Little punch buggy! That was a Lilo and Stitch reference. Okay, now the AI is cheating. Probably because he knows he's gonna lose. Uh-oh. He's collecting Pokemon. Oh, I'm sorry, Digimon. Respect, Hosoda. He has absolutely no idea what he's doing. It kind of depresses the tension when you've got, like, only avatars who are in danger. I mean, I know there's an overarching danger to legitimate people in the real world, but at the same time, whenever the avatars get involved, it's like, eh. Is that really distressing? Oh. What is he on, TeamViewer? Oh, 3D rendering. Oh, I forgot about this next 3D rendering. You know what? I guess it works better in Oz. Like I said at the start of this, the different art styles. It's just that the fan is surrounded by 2D. The whales and that dumb fan. This is my two major gripes with Summer Wars. Who'd have thunk it? Burn it down! Oh. Okay, it's a computer. Just close it instantly. Come on now. Yay! Now what? I don't think that's how computers work, but... Again, this is a fantasy movie. Look, they're firemen! Get it? I'm saying these things sarcastically, by the way. It's a fantasy film. This is a lot better than, oh, I'm going to sit in front of a computer and, oh, we got to just delete the virus. Look, he's got a Game Boy SP. Cocoy! You take that Red Sox jersey off right now. Yumi, I like you. Don't make me hate you. Oh look, it's like Digimon. It's like Digimon, our war game. I wonder where Hosoda got the idea for that. Don't worry, it's gonna happen again. Watch. It's like the end of our war game when all the messages pop up and cover the screens. Wait, he's got open Microsoft Windows 7. It's open. It's an application. What? I just now noticed that. Okay, so I said the kids didn't do anything stupid, but I didn't say anything about another person. Yeah. I mean, it's difficult, I guess, to be mad at him, because he's just a simple man. It's just the fate of the entire world versus your grandmother. Oh no, he only gets nervous when he knows he's gonna lose, remember? Well, yeah, they made it seem like he played a full game just yesterday. Yeah, he's tired. He's gonna get Tommy John'd. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of Act 2B. There's another dumb whale. I hate those whales. Don't worry, we'll get to why later. Oh, shiitake mushrooms. That might actually be inappropriate considering we're watching a Japanese film. Love machine! We are legion for we are many. No, I am legion for we are many. Is it unicorn? What's that on his forehead? It's like a little tiny crown. Go back to the beginning. I don't think that was a Hosoda Digimon film. I think it just did the first two, not the third one. Whoa! Yeah, he just got Truman showed. He got thrown into the dome. He got thrown into the firmament. There you go. That'll learn him. Well, no, it won't learn him. I thought we only had one delinquent in the house. Shotani. He called him, like, Shota brother. Shotani. I always thought that was like a term of endearment, but I guess it's a lot more, like, general. Like, he knows her as Natsuki's second cousin, I guess, but close enough to brother. The male relative. Oh, I didn't even realize that's an egg globe. It's not a globe. It's an egg globe. You should know. Have you seen our war game? You know what's gonna happen. Well, it's not a missile, but remember at the beginning of the film when they set this up? Well, I guess they didn't set this up specifically. Okay, so the only thing we have is the Etawashi satellite, but they have multiple targets. I wonder if that's to throw them off. Because I was just about to say, wait, it's only got one satellite. So why on earth would it have multiple targets for one object? And I think that's just to keep them guessing. So they won't know which nuclear reactor. See, this really is the end of Act 2B, because Ryohei is reflecting that. Take off that jersey! Ah! Who do we need? Who do we need? Who do you think we need to get to Act 3? When everyone just starts fighting against the problem. Who do we need? Yeah. We need Sakai. Okay, here we go. Boys, we're about to, boys and girls, we're gonna start, remember those pins, we're gonna start yanking them out. You know what would have solved this? Uh, not having everything on one system. Like the U.S. Army designed Love Machine to hack into any and all systems, but really all they needed it to do was hack into Oz, and it probably into everything. What else would you need to hack into? Look at the disrespect. He's not even going to personally take him out. He's going to use his little finger to do it. See, everyone's like so distressed, and I know that there's an undercurrent of like real world consequences, but it's just an avatar. It's difficult to like care. Yeah, War Greymon. I can't move. This has nothing to do with our war game. Don't worry. Omnimon is not going to save everyone. I can promise you that much. That would be a little too on the nose. Dinner time. Well, there goes our only hope. Now I'm the king. Look, he gave himself bunny ears. See, this is like the end of Act 2B. I guess in the traditional sense, this would be the Act 2 as a whole. It's a very somber scene, and his reaction was sort of comical at the moment. I don't know. That always has gotten under my skin a little bit. Like, I know it's a heavy scene and you need some comic relief, but it's a little bit too much. Oh, it's all coming together. Here, okay, get your pin cushions. Pin cushions. Well, oh, they brought it up right there. Never mind. I said I wish they had left hints so that you could recall that he allegedly forgot her birthday. As it turns out, he's not as estranged as everyone believes. You can take that pin out now, by the way. It's another panning shot. It's like the end of Deep Impact. Everyone's just trying to get out of Dodge. They said something at some point that he was the illegitimate son of her husband. I can't exactly recall the context of the conversation, but she mentioned that his ears look like her dad, so I guess he is the illegitimate son. And she figured she'd do the right thing and raise the kid because the kid's not responsible for her husband's extramarital affairs. I don't think the Thunderhead is meant to symbolize anything throughout this film. I think it's just there to fill up, I guess, white space, but blue space because of the sky. Vroom vroom, mofos! Look, the kid just climbed up on the other kid. Here we go. Civil War's heating up, boys. I still want to eat those. Kochi. Are you ready? I would also like to point out again that Hosoda wanted an 80-member family. You look like you married into the family, girl. Get your pins! Pins out! Sun's out, pins out! I like how he's even eating to remember Sakai. Okay, so I've always wanted to find this out. What is... I understand Hanafuda. Well, I don't understand it, but I wonder if it's one of those games that an AI has difficulty comprehending, you know? Or at least 2009 AI. Because I would have to imagine that for as good as AI computers can be as games, I wonder if Hanafuda, just the way that it works, is difficult for a computer to comprehend. If that is the case, then it makes a lot of sense. I wonder if there's a lot of, like, inference and stuff in it. that AI would have a difficult time with. I want to know who's the train avatar, because that's a boss train. Okay, now I'm trying to remember all the things that I told you to put pins in. Yeah! It likes games. It likes games like it loves lamp. They pointed out, but Natsumi is a Hanafuda master because she played with Granny all the time. She taught everyone how to play Hanafuda. Iris and Junk. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how Hanafuda is played. I know it's being played very quickly by these two. See, like, those three cards, they've got the little bands on them. There's something to do with how they match up, like, art-wise. They've got to have something in similar fashion. Okay, see, I told you. I'm telling you things you're gonna find out. One Mon. Digimon. Digital monsters. They are this is a digital monster. Okay, none of those cards have anything to do with one another. Never mind. Forget I said anything about Hanafuda. I don't know it. I also have no idea what Chord Coin means. In the reference of the game. I know it's two fish. It's Pisces. '49th. This is silly. I wish there was something else. I wish there was... Well, I don't know. I've always interpreted that scene... I don't know Hanafuda. But I've always interpreted that scene that she was distracted and missed something. Which I wish it wasn't the case, because Natsuki's brighter than that. Also, I'm glad that it's 74 and not like 1, because that would be cliche. That bothers me a lot in films or storytelling when it... Oh, it's down to 1! Get your pins out. Remember at the start of the film? That also turns kind of odd. Look, it's the pre-made avatar. Somebody created an account specifically to do this. Some German kid. He took the time and effort to go online and make his own account just to do that. He didn't take the time to make an avatar. Oh, it's our war game. This is the scene that gets me, by the way. It's not the death. It's the help. I think it's our war game. It's not going to get me now because I'm laughing and talking, but whenever I'm watching this by myself, this is the part that, like, I legit nearly, like, I'm on the verge of tearing up. Damn, son. I also hate that line. It's because she's pretty. You know what? I guess he was saying awkward stuff like that before, so... Oh, here we go. We get the pins. I hope you got your pins, Christian, still. Okay, so there's the stupid whales. Okay. So the whales, they're introduced, and they do nothing for the entire film. They're supposed to be the protectors of Oz. They don't do shit to protect Oz, as it turns out. Their only purpose in this movie is to have this, I want to say, useless transformation scene, which I know it's kind of a trope in Japanese animation to have your magical girl scenes. But the whales don't do shit. And it just annoys me that they have apparently such a massive presence in Oz, yet they don't do crap. It's always grinded my gears. They introduce them, they set them up, and then they do nothing up until the very end. I wish they had just not written them into the script at all. Why does a computer system need protectors anyway if they're not going to do anything? I also like how Yumi's avatar is like the plainest thing ever. Like she couldn't care. She couldn't be bothered to sit and like make a elaborate avatar. Koi! Are you guys ready? You gotta say it. You gotta say it. Koi! Koi! I hope you guys were synced up. Otherwise, that would have been very weird. It's a good thing her grandma's name wasn't Martha. The AI could have just gone, "Why did you say that name?" She would have stopped. Good shot. Oh, that's almost cliche. It was one away. And I do like how the conflict is not solely resolved by one person. Everyone gets to get their dukes out. Everyone in the family has to come together right now over me, if you prefer that elaboration. Maybe the AI is taking this long specifically to buy time because it knows the satellite's still flying around. It was subtle. They tried to make you think that the problem was resolved, but if you look closely, there were still 2 blips on there. They're trying to trick you. Hosoda, you sneaky man. I was tricked by his next film, Mirai. No, that wasn't his next film. The next film is Beast and the Boy, which I've not seen. But he did Mirai in 2018, and I was tricked. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. I like the 3rd act, though. Yatta! I'm a hero. You thought it was over. You think you know me. See, it stopped everywhere else. So that implies that, I don't understand, if there was multiple satellites, or I don't know how the system, if there were missiles somewhere that we didn't know about. I guess the world as a whole was in danger simply because they didn't know which country's nuclear reactor they were going to blow up? I would say to use the phones, but Oz is slightly indisposed. I know you got traditions, girl, but you might need to leave her behind to save everyone else's life. Rude. Look, they're still running Microsoft Windows 7 and Windows. I've never noticed that, and I'll never not be able to unsee it. Get your pins, boys! Get your pins! We're still pulling them! Okay, so I didn't notice it until this very viewing, but Kenji's turns out is really good at solving this puzzle, and it seems like it's an incredibly like a character arc. It's incredibly unlikely and convoluted that he would be able to figure this out just right here, right now. But he's done it previously in the film. He knows how to do it. That was a nice touch. He's not just doing this for the first time right here. He's done it before. So he's familiar somewhat with it. Look, even the kid's like, even that kid is like, hardcore math, mommy. Wow. I did not notice that until this viewing. Also, right here, why are they having King Kazuma defeat him when they've got the god character in Natsuki's person? Like, his defense is down to 0. That guy with the lederhosen right there, he could kill him right now if he wanted to. Just send everyone over there. Anubis. Okay, here's where the fantasy comes in. It only slightly gets on my... It gets... The fact that he says that, despite the fact that the audience knows very well what the crap he's doing, and they feel the need, oh, he's doing it instead. That annoys me more than the fact that this is happening. This is just slightly peeves me that he's doing advanced calculations in his head. I know he's second in Japan, smartest math whiz man. But still, it kind of peeves me. Again, I love the film, so it doesn't destroy my enjoyment of the movie as a whole. Shabams. You're on a time limit. Don't do that. Just hit enter, dude. That also gets on my nerves slightly. Oh, it's your name. Oh, snap. Except that missile, that identified flying object did its job. Oh! Brr, 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 brr. And that's how you make a natural lake. Yay! It's the Hope Spring. Oh, wait, I didn't know I was being literal when I said that natural lake. Onsen! Yay! I mean, that's a geyser. It's not exactly a hot spring, but I guess you are a child. Yay, see? Ryohei's joining in even though he's far away. Symbolism, boy! Oh, we're supposed to get thunderstorms tonight? I was worried about my power going out, but I've got a laptop, so even if the power did go out, I would have residual power. So I wouldn't have to worry about me losing this anyway. Abasan. Did we clear out all the pins? I can't recall. I believe we did. More squid! Running around. Everyone's in mourning and they're like, just another day in the Janucci family. Look, you got the pendant. The pendant. It's more like a, what's the word? What are the flags in like medieval times? They're not banners. Standard battle standards, right? He did great. From what I hear, I didn't see any of it. Or maybe he did. Maybe that was all broadcast live on Oz. Look, she's got a morning glory in her hair. It's her favorite flower. Remember? I didn't tell you to put a pin in that, so it's okay if you forgot. Look, that's CNN. Did they actually have to get CNN's permission? Look at those stupid Americans. Americans. Why doesn't he need to go back? Why, you little... The Simpsons. I honestly wonder if that was inspired by if Hosoda is like a Simpsons fan. Yeah, of course the creepy old man's behind him. The kids are like, put the mask on if it grosses you out, kid. Woo! Oh, look, it's another guy. Onsen! You're kids, you don't even know. Aw. I love Sakai so much. So that was Summer Wars. One of my favorite anime films. Definitely. I'll stop. I do want to point out that this song is performed by Tatsuro Yamashita, who does a lot of what's called city pop, which is a genre that originated in Japan. And I was introduced to the genre through this film. And as it turns out, the guy who does this song, Yamashita, he is married to Maria Takeuchi, who is the city pop girl that everyone knows. It's like a meme, I guess. Let me see. What was it? I can't think of it. But I found this out like just a couple of months ago. But it was like, oh, it's the song that's a meme. And I can't think. If you YouTube her name, Maria Takeuchi, it'll, I'm sure, pop up immediately. Here, I'll actually do it right here because we've got credits rolling. Rolling, yeah! Maria Takeuchi. Yeah, Plastic Love, that's what it is. He's married to the Plastic Love woman. I'd play it, but you don't get it on my mic. But I do love this song immensely. Enough that I got into the whole genre because of it. I would sing along if I knew the lyrics, but I don't. Do 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 boom. Anyway, thank you guys for tagging along. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you watched it on your own because I spoiled things. But I hope you enjoyed it a second time if you're watching it with my commentary. I very much enjoy doing these. It is very fun getting to watch these and talk while I watch them. And there are some films like this. This film early on had a lot of talking points. And I was worried slightly that I was like, because there was a lot of dead air from me, because people were speaking and not much was going on to speak about. But I'm relying on you guys watching the film as well, so it's not just dead air. Hopefully. I also need to go through. I added external background music to the last commentary for Spider-Man 3, but for all the others, apparently on Anchor, which is where I put all of my podcasts to be distributed, you can add just your commentary file or your audio file, And you can actually add background music on the app. So I might try doing that with this one. So uploading it without background music, and then seeing what Anchor does if I add it from them, because I don't know. It was actually difficult to find background music that was free and that wasn't like repetitive, because it was like 2 hours, and a 2 hour song would be replayed like 800 times. Gillette. That's Gallet. Don't listen to me. A small miracle will be born. Oh man, it's almost bedtime. See, it's difficult to do these because I get like 5 hours in a day on a work day, because I've got to sleep and then work. And then like a film like this, that's 2 hours, so that's like 3 hours really. But I mean, I enjoy doing these. It's not like I dread spending 2 hours watching a movie I like. Now, when we start watching films I have not seen, that'll be a little bit different if we watch a stinker. But hopefully that will not be the case. Oh, I know those lyrics. I know them. City pop. City pop, 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 pop. Doodaloo, boodaloo, 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 boodaloo. And there you have it. Thank you guys for watching and joining me. I will see you guys on the next one. We still got 10 seconds. Warner Bros! Yes, indeed. Have a good one, people. See you next time.